Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. In this video, I'll show you how to make a backpack out of duct tape. Here's what you'll need. 100 meters of duct tape and some scissors to cut it with, some newspaper, some foam, fabric or more newspaper to use as padding for the shoulder straps, some clips to fasten the bag closed, and a hiking bag that already fits you to use as a template. If you don't have one, don't worry, you can also just measure your torso. Now you're ready to start laying out the main part of the bag. Remember that duct tape can leave adhesive residue behind, and it can also pull off paint or veneer, so just be careful about what surface you choose to stick it to. You'll need to make this panel about twice the length of your torso, plus a bit extra for the base of the bag, plus a bit extra for the fold over lid. The width of the panel shouldn't be much wider than your torso. Fill in the panel with long strips of slightly overlapping duct tape. Once you've completely filled it in, you can carefully pull it up off the surface and lay it flat upside down. Try not to let the duct tape stick to itself, it's really annoying to fix. Fold several sheets of newspaper together and cut them to the length you want for your torso, then stick it onto the panel of duct tape and secure the edges. Completely cover the newspaper in duct tape and then begin sticking strips of duct tape horizontally across the panel. It doesn't matter if they go slightly over the edges, you can fold them over or cut them off later. Fold some more newspaper for the base of the bag. This is going to dictate how wide the bag is. I probably should have put this on the other side of the newspaper back panel, but it actually doesn't matter where you put it on the back panel because this duct tape is great to work with. You can just cut it and reform it as you go. Here you can see why I said the base newspaper should have been on the other side. I now have to form the entire thing into a circle and cut the top. Since I'm going to be using this backpack for hiking and putting quite a bit of weight in it, I reinforced the bottom with many strips of overlapping cross-hatched duct tape. Here I'm cutting open my circle of duct tape to form the lid. Now I'm going to make two panels of the same size to form the sides of the backpack. The length of the side should be equal to the sum of the bottom, torso, and lid section of the backpack. The width of the side should be roughly 3 times the width of the base. We're going to make the sides exactly the same way we made the main panel. Once you've finished both side panels, lay them out like this and mark out the width of the backpack by measuring them against the base. Now we're going to cut 2 slits along the lines we've drawn to make folding easier. Lay your 2 side panels like this, with the slits you've cut just inside the inside edge of the main panel, then stick them down with duct tape. Now you can lift one side panel and fold it in to form the one side of the box that will be your backpack. Use duct tape to secure it on the inside of the bag first. Secure the other side as well. You might need to put a light inside the bag to see what you're doing near the end of this process. Stick the sides down on the outside too. I ended up using my decorative duct tape for this so that I had a camo pattern on the side of the bag. Cut your padding to the correct length to make 2 shoulder straps running the full length of the bag. Use short strips of duct tape to secure these. Make sure you only stick them to the torso section and not the lid. When you get to the area where the straps need to bend, use short sections of duct tape to stick them down and completely cover the padding. Reinforce this area as much as possible. Continue covering the padding in duct tape. You can neaten and reinforce the duct tape holding the padding with some vertical strips. Now we need to make the section of the shoulder straps that will tie around your waist. Do this by extending a long strip of duct tape and doubling it back on itself. Attach this to the padded section of your shoulder strap. Neaten things up and reinforce them if necessary. Stick a short section of duct tape to itself and use this to make a loop on both sides of the bag. Reinforce the loop because you're going to be pulling the shoulder straps through it. And finally, fold over the lid and secure it with clips. Here's what it looks like in action. You feed the shoulder strap through the loop, pull it forwards and tie it around your waist. You can also tie the shoulder straps directly to the loops using some half hitches. I packed all of my day hike gear in this, and it was surprisingly comfortable, even though the duct tape against my back wasn't very breathable. Although I didn't do this in the most intelligent or efficient way possible, I had a lot of fun. If you have suggestions for improvements, please mention them in the comments below.